Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more summoning for you guys. That's right, this time around we're going to be summoning for Shepherd of the Dark, Diene. And while I don't have enough mystics to go to full pity, I'm just gonna hope that New Year brings some new luck and we won't be pitying all that much this year, right? Fingers crossed that for you guys as well. Yeah, I heard some horror stories in the comments section last year about in 2025 where you guys are getting shafted by summons, and likewise we've been hitting pity quite a bit lately. So yeah, let's see if we can get something that is... Oh, wait! New year, new luck, guys! Look at that! Wait, it didn't even show like a purple spark, it just... Oh my goodness, Well, I guess it's time to jump directly into the showcase then. So before we jump into the actual showcase in Arena, this is my current build on Shepherd of the Dark, Diene. We have all of her skills at +5, so in total +15. Maxed out everything here because I think she's going to be pretty decent and future-proofed as we move forward. She's going to be usable in quite a few situations, right? So this is what I currently am running on her. Tagahel's Ancient Book is the artifact of choice here, just because I want to be able to soul burn like for the rest of my team. You could be running Mirrored Lotus Ring, it's just a better version of Tagahel's Ancient Book, but if you missed out on the Free Ring collaboration, or if yours is not at +30, then just go for Tagahel's Ancient Book, works just the same. What we have here though is a speed and hit set build, and I've actually focused a lot of my attention on getting her HP up. A little bit of effectiveness here. 85 is usually enough to debuff most units out there that have about 100 resistance, right? And then running her at about 250 speed. The reason I'm running her at 250 speed is I'm not a cleaver, and I tend to play turn 2. I tend to play slower teams, and as a result, she could be a decent unit at kind of cutting your opponent if they tend to soul burn into you. I'm looking at like RTA situations, right? So that's what I'm essentially hoping for here, is that I can cut my opponent and then go from there. We can seal them and then do some damage and all that good stuff. A little bit of damage here. I would like a bit more crit damage if possible. I know there's things that I can modify out here, like defense, that is not needed. She doesn't need defense stats, by the way, just because she does have immortality, and so your defense doesn't really matter at all. There's some defense here with the ring that I could mod out, and yeah, that's pretty much it there. But yeah, could mod out some defense, get some more crit damage or some more effectiveness, but overall, I think this is a pretty solid build. Let's go ahead and test around Arena, see how she does. Okay guys, let's go ahead and take a look at our first team here. We are bringing Shepherd of the Dark, Diene. Hakadi, of course, is to counter Lady of the Scales and the Immortality from BBK here. We have New Moon Luna, because she has actually really decent synergy with Diene. When we go into battle, you'll see when we use our soul burn on New Moon Luna, this will push up Diene's combat readiness, and it's going to be amazing because when you seal Lady of the Scales, she won't be able to gain the combat readiness that you would normally get, that she normally get, right, when you push up your units here. So let's go for this. This should push up Diene, and this should prevent Lady of the Scales from pushing up herself. She might have an artifact here, but we'll push up more combat readiness than she would. So here we go, proc the skill there, and the reason why we run effectiveness on Diene is because her skill 2 dispels 2 buffs from the enemy. Obviously if you're running New Moon Luna, it doesn't really matter, but it does matter against some cases where you don't run New Moon Luna and you run something like Zio. We'll see that maybe in a future showcase here, but what you're really going after is dispelling any immunities, so that when you go for your skill 3, you can inflict seal, right? This is really important against 0 effect res units like Freerin. So when we go for this skill 3, we should be dealing quite a chunky amount of damage, and hopefully it's going to be enough damage to proc the Closer Charles. There we go, Closer Charles actually gets pushed up here. Unfortunately, Diene gets feared, but that should be fine. There's now no more damage sharing. Diene just used the skill 3, the frontline unit took most of the damage, goes away because of Hakadi, and now we can come in with Closer Charles. We could soul burn this, actually. I think about it. Diene does have a cooldown, by the way. You can't just keep soul burning, so do keep that in mind. But I think I'll do this to push up the Hakedi here, so let's go for that. This will be pretty decent damage. Should destroy the Frieren, right? Oh yeah, beautiful stuff. And honestly, with Lady of the Scales, let's just kind of take her out here so that the Setsuka can't get cleansed. And now Setsuka's sitting there sealed, right? And she has nothing she can do. So yeah, Diene has really decent synergy, and even as a slower player here in this case, you're seeing that she does quite well. Now, yeah, this is honestly not bad at all, right? Her kit. Keep in mind that if you have Immortality, you have 200% effect resistance, but also when you use your skill 3, you do ignore effect resistance if you do have Immortality, right? And the other reason why you want to run Effectiveness is for her S1, which has the Rupture debuff, and you can inflict that pretty consistently onto your opponent and kind of chip them down if they're a tankier unit. Alright guys, we're gonna do a little weird gimmick here with the Zio team, and the weird gimmick is actually revolving around their builds. So you see how there's a Setsuka on the other side of the field? Well, she's really, really annoying, and I really want to showcase using Diene without New Moon Luna. So in this case with Zio, we're actually gonna run him on a Symbol of Unity. This will increase his hit chance by 20%. Setsuka gives everyone on the team 30% evasion, right? So this will give us a 90% chance of hitting the Lady of the Scales with Zio, which is going to be kind of nice, but on top of that, I want to make sure we mitigate things even further without using some, like, target debuffs and all this other things, right? I'm going to go ahead and use a Force artifact here, Spooky Salayu Stories, and this increases the hit chance and effectiveness of everybody on my team by 5%. This means that Zio has a 95% chance to hit here, so if we get 5%, it's just RNG, right? But what I'm trying to showcase here is Zio attacking Lady of the Scales. We're going to push her back. We're going to soul burn it to guarantee we push her back, and then Diene's going to push herself up, right? When Diene goes and gets pushed up, we should be able to S3. We should be able to seal the Frieren and the Setsuka here, and hopefully deal a good chunk of damage. I don't know who's going to be in the front line, but Hakedi's going to make sure that there's no Immortality there. Lia's also good for her dual attacks here, running her on her EE, so she'll constantly dual attack with the person in the back row, in this case, Hakedi, and Diene should also be able to dual attack with the back row, right? So this will make our damage pretty consistent here. Let's go ahead and skill 3 and soul burn here into the Lady of the Scales so that we push her back. I don't really want her to cut, right? Yep, there we go, silenced, and oh, she's on a counter set, guys. Okay, well, Diene gets pushed up. There we go. We can go ahead and skill 3 here. Now, keep in mind that we're running her with Hakedi, so there's no Immortality here, right? That's one of the reasons that you haven't seen the Immortality with the Ignore effect res. That's one of the reasons why I'm building her with Effectiveness too. So if we go here with the skill 3, you see the seals apply before you attack, which means Frieren, which means Setsuka, they're kind of helpless in this situation. We take out the Genesis Raz, which is pretty huge here, and I could push up my team, but Lady of the Scales can't cleanse, and Frieren's kind of annoying, so let's go ahead and just dual attack with the Hakedi here. There we go, decent damage, right? Let's go for the skill 1. Let's not take any risks. Let's play it safe, take out the Frieren, and there you go. Look at that. So again, one of the reasons why I'm running Hakedi here is because they're really good against Lady of the Scales teams, but Diene does not actually need that Immortality if you run a little bit of effectiveness on her. Obviously, getting Immortality is better, but with 20k HP, it's not like she's dying in a single hit or anything like that, right? So look, she also gets to dual attack with, oh well, sorry, no Immortality, she can't dual attack here, but you see the Rupture actually dealing a good chunk of damage too. Let's go ahead and just skill 1 here, just keep dual attacking, right? Why not? This Lady of the Scales on counter set is actually a little bit annoying, I will say. Alright, let's hopefully finish her off here with the Hakedi. This should do it. Yeah, so we're going to try, obviously, fighting teams without Hakedi so you can see what it's like having the actual Immortality, though. I think that'll be very useful for those cases where you're not fighting Lady of the Scales. Okay guys, for this next match over here, we're still fighting Lady of the Scales because you can't get rid of this thing. She's literally everywhere. No matter how much you refresh, she's going to be on every single defense team. So, with that in mind, we are going to skip the Zio, skip the New Moon Luna. You've already seen them in action, and I'm fighting a Bellion, which is a bit of a problem, because normally we want to soul burn with Diene's teammates, right? So this is one of the reasons I switched Diene off of her book, and we're putting on Kaladra for some extra damage, which I think is gonna benefit her quite nicely. We have Archdemon here for dual attacks and seals, mostly for the Freerin, and we also have Swift Flagbearer Sigrid. She is gonna be very nice because we have about 200 effectiveness. We should be able to push back everybody on my opponent's side and allow my Spirit Eye Celine to go. Now the reason my Spirit Eye Celine is here is because she has an EE that allows her to soul burn once per match without using soul, so we can bypass Bellion here, but in order to do that, we kinda need to push back my opponent's Lady of the Scales and their Witch of the Mirror, Tenebria. So let's go for a skill 3, and hopefully we get the fear debuff on them too. 40% chance that they snap out of it, but there we go. We pushed everybody back, and we just need Lady of the Scales to not snap out of fear. Let's go for the hit here onto Freerin, right? And my Spirit Eye Celine actually is on Summer Photogenic, so we do ignore the damage share. There we go, very nice. So because of that, because the Lady of the Scales not snapping out of fear, this is a very RNG moment, we're going to go ahead and soul burn into the... Ooh, do we want to hit the Bellion or the Tenebria? I think Tenebria is a bit worse for me right now, so let's go ahead and hit the Tenebria. Look at that soul burn, right? So now look, we get 3 turns of immortality, and this will allow us to actually go for ignore res here. Let's go for... I'm gonna go for a hit here onto the belly, and let's see if we can try to soften her up, right? Now, the thing with Diene is that once we seal, there we go, it ignores res, and now we have a good chunk of damage coming in, right? Lady of the Scales obviously tanking all of it, but we also push them back in combat readiness. This is not bad at all, and because we've already sealed, Archdemon can come in, we have some extra attacks and stuff. Spirit Eye Celine also just a really good teammate for Diene in general, because she does give everybody the immortality buff whenever she has 3s. I didn't skill 3, I probably should have, but I was hoping to take down this Bellion soon. Let's go ahead and just skill 2 here, right? Ooh, she resisted, it's fine. Good damage, they got a Rupture. Actually, we're probably taking her out before the Rupture, there we go. You saw it proc twice, right? But that was pretty nice, pretty clean, honestly. And let's see if we can, nope, no Rupture landing there, but you dual attack with the highest attack unit though, still really nice. And Lady of the Scales is pretty much rendered useless in this case. So we can just finish her off here, and all is good. So yeah, Diene with this immortality is quite good, especially if you build her with a little bit of effect resistance. I know some people might concentrate on the effect resistance part, but I think 200 just from her having immortality is probably good enough in most cases. Guys, we finally did it. Found a match where my opponent does not have Lady of the Scales. Unfortunately, we do have to contend with a Harsetti, but I think I'll take that over Lady of the Scales any day at this point. We did swap our Diene back to Tagehal's Ancient Book, but I think I'm going to need to swap that yet again because my opponent has a Bellion, so... Not really the greatest thing to be running into her here, but if we swap it back to Kaladra, we should be able to deal a good chunk of damage to our opponent, again, with the seal that we apply onto everybody. And keep in mind, with the immortality here that we're going to have on our side, we do have 200 effect res that Setsuko can strip because she ignores effect res, but we do have some cleansers here in the form of Ilanov. We do have Aram here to kind of help reset the Shepherd, depending on turn order and such, right? So perhaps it could be okay. There's no real soul burn that we can do to get more immortality onto our Diene, unfortunately. I don't have any units here that have free soul burns. You can run Frida, for example, to get a free soul burn on your frontline unit, but I'm going to show you guys how the Diene can function in a longer, hopefully longer, more drawn out match against tankier units. So Harsetti obviously goes first. The turn order is not in my favor, actually, but I guess for showcase purposes, it's better when it's not in your favor all the time. Setsuko goes, yeah, she's gonna strip. That is perfectly fine here, and unfortunately, we do get debuff. Now, the good thing is that Bellion goes before the rest of my team, so it should push up the Empyrean Ilanov, which means Ilanov can cleanse. I'm gonna go in skill 3 here to get immunity onto my team. So this will actually hit the Freerin and the Bellion, this will push them up, they'll take the turn. And this is nice, very good. Unfortunately, we lost the immunity here again, oh my goodness. But I can go ahead and skill 3. Ooh, this is bad. I kind of wanted that immunity because now Bellion's gonna be able to provoke. I guess we'll just go for a skill 3 onto the Bellion, see what happens. This should cleanse, but if we do get provoked, it's fine. We'll just have to survive a turn. But this, you know, is just normal stuff that can happen in RTA and stuff potentially. Alright, we do get provoked. Diene does get pushed back, which is a little sad, but it's okay. Aram can actually push up the Empyrean Ilanov here. We can potentially use her to... Actually, we can reset the Empyrean Ilanov to have her cleanse the Diene. I think that could be okay. Do we do that? Do we do it? I think we do. I think it's the best play here. Let's get the second cleanse so that Diene can actually skill 3. Let's go for this. Go for the skill 3. This will actually give a barrier to Diene as well. So there's no reason not to do this right now. And hopefully we'll be okay. There we go. Got the cleanse, got the barrier. Very nice. We do take the turn. So with a vigor buff, it's actually not bad. We do get some extra attack, even though she scales. She scales with her HP. Let's go ahead and skill 3 here. Now, this is where, again, the effectiveness comes into play. We don't have immortality here, right? We can't soul burn against Bellion. So we should be able to seal Harseti, Setsuka, and Freerin. I'm hoping. Ooh, did we hit the Bellion too? That'd be really nice if we did. That'd be super nice if we did. Beautiful, look at that. Freerin is gone. It's a lot of damage to the whole team. And now we can kind of just come in and take care of the Setsuka. Yeah, there we go. Take care of the Setsuka. Let's get some healing here. Beautiful. Last Rider Crowd, because of all the AoEs, gets the skill 3 again. And I think we pretty much got this, guys. Not bad. Yeah, there we go. Diene, pulling through there. The seal before you attack is kind of massive, and I know people are comparing her to New Moon Luna because of the AoE seal, but they kind of fulfill different roles, right? New Moon Luna, less of a DPS, and Diene, more of a sub-DPS. She's not necessarily great for a main DPS. She's really good at supporting a DPS with like really high attack, though. That's why she dual attacks with them, applies Rupture, and all that good stuff. So next up here we have another Lady of the Scales match, surprise surprise. In this case we actually have Genesis Raz Freerin and, well, yeah, Harseti as well. So we're combining two things now, Harseti plus Lady of the Scales, which makes things a little bit trickier. So in this case, I'm just going to go for the Aram, right, to counter the Harseti here with a 3-turn immunity at the start of the match. We can't get immortality here with Hecate on our side, but it'll make dealing with Lady of the Scales so much easier. And once we get rid of her, then there's no damage sharing. We can seal the Freerin, finish her off. We might have a little bit of trouble with the Genesis Raz, but let's just see what happens first. If Genesis Raz is in the front line, then we'll be okay. It is not Genesis Raz in the front line. We might not be okay. Uh-oh. But what we have here is still immunity on our team, which is very good. And if the Raz goes next, we might be okay. Yeah, he does. So his skill 2 will always go for Diene. If you didn't have Hecate here, immortality gives you 200 effect res. You'll be kind of safe. Empyrean Ilanov prevents defense penetration, which is also kind of nice. Still eating a ton of damage though. Good counter to heal a little bit. And Empyrean Ilanov can now come in with a skill 3. So unfortunately for us, the turn order is horrible. And pretty much my entire opponent's team is going to go before me, right? The only saving grace I have right here is that, well, I guess I get to put up Indomitable. He's gonna push up his team. Freerin's gonna go, okay, well, let's go for a skill 3. We do get a barrier onto Diene, so that is gonna be kind of nice, hopefully helping us survive Freerin's attack here as well. Okay, there we go, very nice. Got a barrier, got Indomitable, which increases our defense a little bit, which is nice, because again, we don't have immortality right now, so the defense stat does matter a little bit here. Furion penetrates defense with her skill 3, so Ilina protects us. Diene does survive, okay, even the extra damage, wonderful. So for Hikari, let's go straight for the Parsetti. She's in the front line, just gonna try to get rid of her as soon as possible. Boom, and there you go. So now when I skill 3 here, we don't ignore res, but Frieren? Ooh, did she resist? Hang on. If Frieren resisted, we might be in a little bit of trouble. We have a second chance. Okay, no. She did not resist. That is wonderful. I can actually go ahead and skill 3 the... I can skill 3 the Diene here again. Let's try to get her to take a turn. I could have easily pushed up the Hikari here as well, but let's go for the Diene. Uh-oh, she's feared. Do we snap out of it? Oh, thank goodness we snap out of it. Honestly, I kind of forgot Lady pushed up about like the same amount that like you do, or half the amount that you do, but she managed to cut. Let us go for another skill 3 here. I don't really want to... No soul burn on the S1. Let's go ahead and skill 3. Doesn't matter who you hit. It's an AoE, so we're going to take out the Frieren, and now it's only Genesis Roz we kind of have to worry about. So I will... Ooh, actually, hang on. Can I just go for this? I'm gonna go ahead and soul burn because I want the Diene to push up, but I want to get rid of the Lady of the Scales if possible. Beautiful. So we pushed up. We don't get the immortality, but we do get to do this. So down she goes. Wonderful stuff. And Genesis Roz only has a skill 1 right now. If he takes a turn. Come on, Hikari, you can do it. I don't think you can do it, but... Yeah, you tried. It's alright. Diene gets attacked there. It's all good. And we're pretty fast, so there you go. Take out the Genesis Roz. And she has pretty decent damage overall, honestly. Even without the dual attacks. I've been finishing off my opponent without you guys getting to see her dual attacking, but she's dealing quite a respectable amount of damage with that skill. Alright guys, we're going to come in here to this match with a pretty fun team. I can't wait to try this one out. With my opponent, obviously having Lady of the Scales and Abelian, so we can't soul burn. That is going to be easily rectified by me bringing in Frida. Now my Frida is not even on optimal gear at all, but I am bringing her in. She has bird's eye view, so she can gain souls, I know. Abelian's there, but Frida has the ability to give the frontline user the ability to soul burn without using any souls. So we should be able to bypass this Bellion here with New Moon Luna. We'll seal everyone on the other side, and hopefully the Silverblade Armintha jumps up, Frida's gonna jump up, and we're gonna hopefully take the turn with Diene as well. Everyone's gonna push up in combat readiness after the soul burn, so it's gonna be really, really nice to bridge off of, and I'm hoping to stun everybody, you know, seal everyone with the New Moon Luna. Diene's gonna come in and deal mass amounts of damage. We have Silverblade Armintha helping us with some burns as well, though. Uh-oh, hang on. But this... Oh, this Nurse Yol has like 300 speed. Oh, ooh, this is kinda bad. It's okay, though, because we have a lot of effect res on my units. We have immortality as well, right? Immunity, so we're good. We don't immediately die. But now this is going to be a big problem. This Bellion is going to be a huge issue. Okay, so let's go ahead and soul burn right away, right? And the other good thing about Diene is that I can't really showcase it here because your opponents won't really cleave you in Arena. Is that Diene can be a pretty good anti-cleave unit. See how we jump up in combat readiness here? See how we have immortality? If my opponent was trying to cleave me, Diene could be a decent like anchor for the team as well. So it's not too bad, right? But here we go. Everyone's sealed. We can come in here with Diene. Keep in mind she has immortality, so she ignores res. We'll push everyone back by 30% combat readiness, which is wonderful. So let's go for that, and hopefully we don't miss the Setsuka too. There we go. Oh my gosh. She gets taken out immediately from the Lady of the Scales damage share, and we can come in with the skill 3. Let's see if we can stun some people. Come on. Beautiful stuns. Unfortunately, Lady didn't get stunned, but now I can push my team up with Frida. And I'm hoping that we get to see Rupture in action in this fight. Okay, so I really need to make sure we soul burn here. Ignore res, just get the burns onto the... There we go, beautiful. Frida gets to go. I can soul burn this for free, I think, one time. So I will go for that. Give a little barrier to the whole team, right? Don't really need to cleanse, but the barrier is kind of nice. There we go. New Moon Luna comes in with a S2 to defense break. Honestly, I'm just going to try to get rid of Lady of the Scales here. Alright, everyone else is stunned, so we're good. There we go. And can I get a Rupture? Ooh, can I get it onto this Bellion? Oh, yes, I can. Very nice. So watch the Rupture and how it happens. So I'm hitting 3 times. Look at the Rupture damage. Look at that Rupture damage, guys. I know we detonated burns and stuff as well, but we hit 3 times for Rupture, and Rupture does damage based on the percentage of your opponent's health, right? So that is very nice. We're going to Soul Burn this as well. Look at this. We're just cutting through this Bellion and all that HP. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, and there you guys have it. So, yeah, that was a really fun team, honestly. A little bit risky, obviously, with you not knowing the speeds of your opponent's units. We still managed to survive, and we got to show how crazy Diene can be with that Rupture. Okay guys, we got another silly team here on our hands because my opponent, yet again, does not have Lady of the Scales, which is amazing. There's a Hecate, there's a Frieren, Bystander Huayang, which sucks on the other side, but hopefully we can do this. There's an Emma Politis as well, but I'm pretty sure my Rinok should be able to outspeed. We'll be able to push up with our Dragon King Sharoon, our Requiem Rowana is going to push up as well, and if we Soul Burn the Rinok at the start, because we have so many souls, we should be able to push up with our Shepherd of the Dark Diene, right? So honestly, from all this testing that I've done so far, Diene's actually a really good Frieren counter. It makes it so you don't have to bring Soul Burns, you don't have to bring other seal units like New Moon Luna or Arc Demon and stuff like that. You don't have to bring Bellion into her anymore. This is honestly kind of nice. Let us go for some damage here onto the Huayang though. Just gonna Soul Burn this so we can push our team up. There we go, look at that. Diene gets pushed up here, and so does Rowana, which is wonderful. I'm gonna skill 3 into the Bystander Huayang so that we can try to take her out as soon as possible. I really don't want her, like, kicking my team's face in. There we go. She goes down. Frieren is almost down. Actually, we should be able to take Frieren out with Cascade, which is kind of nice, although I guess we can technically hold off on it for right now, right? If I just go ahead and Soul Burn into, let's say, Hecate, let's Defense Breaker here, right? Oh, or not. 300 effectiveness Rowana doesn't Defense Break. Okay, we'll just skill 3 and let Diene do the honors then. So there we go. Beautiful stuff. And of course, the Politis actually halves the amount of damage you take because she's in stealth, but not too difficult to deal with in that case either, right? Non-Lady of the Scales defenses actually brings back so many more fun arena offensive teams. I kind of miss it. So let's continue the shenanigans, continue the madness here. We're getting really lucky. Again, new year, new luck, right? We were running into another team without Lady of the Scales on defense. We have Empyrean Illidanov, Bellion, Genesis Raz, and Rinok. So into this team, I guess I will swap off of Book yet again, because, you know, Bellion is there. And we'll go for, I think I still kind of like Kaladra here. It's not a terrible artifact to be using. The extra damage with debuffs is pretty decent, especially because you're consistently applying them, right? We're going to have Immortality on the Diene here, which is going to be pretty good. No way for us to Soul Burn, unfortunately, but that should be fine. We do have a Reviver in the form of Maid. We do have Empyrean Illidanov here to mitigate defense penetration, mostly to stop the Rinok from doing shenanigans. And we have Bystander Huayang to hopefully deal with the 3 light units on the opponent's side. So yeah, let's give this a shot. I'm hoping that we're gonna be okay. The only thing I'm worried about is Genesis Raz like nuking my entire team with Diene here. But look at this, we get pilfered. We do lose quite a bit of HP here, so we lose a lot of damage. However, we should still be alright in skill 3ing. So because of the immortality, we get to ignore res, inflict seal, push everybody back, right? But unfortunately, she doesn't strip because that is tied to soul burning, and you can't soul burn with Bellion here. So Empyrean Illidanov is going to be able to cleanse. All good. We did push back everybody that we wanted to, right? Namely the Bellion and the Rinok. So there we go. Come on. Hit somebody useful. Hit the Genesis Raz, please. Oh, very, very nice. Let us go for a skill 3 so that we can hopefully protect against the Raz a little bit. Increased defense is going to be very nice. He's going to go after the Diene, but we're going to get sealed, we're going to get collapsed. He's going to finish us off here, but again, we should be able to revive and still be in this. Yeah, there we go. We get to revive. Wonderful stuff. Imperial Ilanov gets to go. I am actually going to focus down the Rinok here. We're going to get a barrier for Diene. Right, Indomitable is going to be kind of nice too. Okay. And I am going to go ahead and extinct the Genesis Raz. I think Diene should cut the Bellion. We might lose Diene though before the end of the fight. Should be okay. Oh, very nice. We do cut. And I do want to get rid of the Rinok here. So let's put the Rupture. Bellion's going to AoE. Hoping we're surviving this. Okay, that's not terrible, right? We are decently bulky. Let's go for the hit onto the Rinok. She is going to skill 2. Kinda sucks. Oh, dispelled. Alright, Diene. Oh, actually doesn't. Wow, really? The Punisher's arena thing came in and finished us off. That's kind of wild, actually. That's alright. She kind of did her job, though, in allowing us to burst down our opponent a little bit and kind of buy us some time with the seal pushing people back and everything. Alright, let's see if we can stall long enough to bring her back, though. Until then, Bison of Huayang is going to have to somehow manage this Rinok here. But yeah, you can see that she is quite frail without immortality, for sure. It's definitely something that you want to consider. When you're fighting Bellions, you definitely need a way to potentially soul burn, just to get that, just be able to get that immortality up so that you're not constantly, well, in a state of dying. Let's see if we can stun. Nope, there's a high resist Bellion. Alright, the problem with the Rinok right now is that she is, she's able to nuke us, right? Oh no. Oh no, stealing the stats is awful. Okay, good counter. Good counter. Break her out of stealth so we can finish her off here. Rinok's the most annoying when she actually is in stealth. So we should be able to finish her off here. Oh, not quite. Hang on. That is not good. Uh-oh. Alright, well, there goes my Bystander Huayang, I guess. Unless I counterattack here. If I don't... Bit of an issue. Oh, no counter. Okay. Let's go for skill 3. We can now revive. It's gonna be like the longest match yet, but... see if we can add some value to the team with this. Let's go for skill 3. This should put a barrier onto Diene once again. But I think you guys are starting to see that without immortality, Diene is kind of a little subpar, right? Let's go for an S3 onto the Imperial Ilanov. See if we can try to finish her off here. She is lower HP than Bellion, right? And she is absorbing, 14k, not the best, not the best. Again, if we had a Soul Burn, it'd be great, but there's a Bellion on the other side. Alright, going into the Diene, we have Defense Buff and Indomitable, so we are able to survive, sort of. Ilanov resists, unfortunately. Okay. Good counter from the Bison of Huayang. He's gonna go back into the Diene, right? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Finish off the Rinok. Now we have nothing to worry about. Perfect. Got some heals, got some barriers. Okay, so it's really just Bison of Huayang carrying this right now, but... If we had taken out the Bellion maybe earlier into the match, it would have been better, because then we can actually soul burn, we can actually get immortality, and we can start dual attacking. Alright, but I think right now we're fine. 24k HP Bellion, 3F's not gonna matter too much here. Got some good counters and stuff. I think Bellion's almost off of her skill 3. Oh, one more. Okay. Well, Diene should be able to finish this then. Yeah, there we go. Got the Rupture. Easy peasy. That was like, what, 3 revives on Diene? But you'll see that without immortality, it's just not as good. I think Spirit Eye Celine would have been great here, but Rinok is a big issue, just like she always is. So for our final match over here, let's go ahead and take on yet another ladyless team. Boss Arunka, Reyna, Kakedi, and Aram on the other side. Don't know how fast Aram's going to be, whether she goes right after Reyna or not, but we're bringing in FCC just in case to mitigate the fixed damage from the Reyna, yeah? We won't be able to use Immortality here because of the Kakedi on the other side, but it's okay. We have Yumu Luna to help us push up our team, and we have Setsuka as well, just because I wanted to see if we can play a little bit more defensively with Diene on our side, right? So we'll see what happens. Skill 2 was on FCC, was it? And then skill 3 is on Diene. Okay, yep, that's actually fine. We do counterattack. She didn't miss, which is good. Nice double hit there. And if I go for the skill 3 now, I think this will be pretty decent, because we can put the unbuffable and everything onto our opponents, the seal as well, so Kakedi actually doesn't do anything here, which is wonderful. And then now we get the 3 turns of immortality, wonderful, and now I can go ahead and skill 3. Should take care of the Reyna. Don't know who else this takes care of actually, but let's see what we got here. Beautiful. So because the immortality, we get to ignore res and push everyone back. Aram unfortunately still gets to go, but thankfully none of the other 2 units on my opponent's team have gone yet, so this is fine. She is going to skill 3 here, probably onto FCC. So probably nuke her, right? Oh, actually, oh wait, no it doesn't. I forget. Aram doesn't cleanse, yeah, so there's a seal here, no defense penetration, and so FCC lives. Wow, that's actually kind of disgusting. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we should be able to skill 3 with Setsuka, blind everybody, all that good stuff. Boss Arunka can't really do all that much here. And there you have it. Nice Beguile on the other team too, so we have a lot of fixed damage coming out, right? And now that Diene actually does have immortality, let's see if we can get some rupture here. Let's increase damage dealt. Oh my god, wait. What was that damage? Wait, that was actually kind of nice. Okay, let's keep attacking the Kakedi. She's the only DPS left, right? Nice counter because of all the blinds on the opponent's team. Beautiful stuff. Good job, Setsuka. Good job, Setsuka. Let's see if we can proc once more. Oh, we didn't proc once more, but there we go. Let's see if we can I think our Diene will be going next, so that's gonna be kind of nice. Let's go ahead and soul burn this because we can. And that's not bad. 7k damage before the Setsuka attack there. So pretty decent for just your skill 1, right? Not too shabby at all. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Shepherd of the Dark Diene, a really fun unit, surprisingly. I actually accidentally climbed up to Emperor 5 while testing her out for you guys. But yeah, highly recommend you guys pull for her if you want a fun unit to use. She's decent against Freerin, actually, from all the testing here. Keep immortality up on her as long as possible, because without the immortality, she feels really lackluster, as if she's kind of just missing something in her kit, when she literally is. And yeah, she couples well with units that give immortality to the team. You can use her with Lady of the Scales. I didn't test her with Lady of the Scales today, but you can use her with her. Spirit Eye Celine as well, really decent, right? Giving the immortality to her. But keep out an eye for Bellion. Definitely hurts you quite a bit. Keep an eye out for Kakedi as well. Hurts her quite a bit too, especially if you're using them together. That lack of synergy between them can be noticeable at times, but it can be mitigated by running a little bit of effectiveness. Around 100 effectiveness is probably good enough in most cases, right? You don't always expect to run into Kakedi when you're using Diene. But yeah, with that being said though, guys, let me know what you think of Diene in the comments section down below, and what are your experiences with her? What are your builds with her looking like? I've seen destruction stuff floating around too, but I decided to go for a 250 speed set to help with anti-cleave measures, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Epic 7 content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.